Welcome to the Texas Metal Show. I'm your host, John fucking Winningham, and this is our very special Independent Music Festival episode. This is another one of those special episodes where we got to hang out with a bunch of awesome people all day. If you missed the Independent Music Festival, you really fucking missed out, just like we talked about on the last episode of Texas Metal Radio. So when Independent comes around again next year, make sure you're fucking there, because the Texas Metal Show will be. This episode is a series of 6 interviews ranging from maybe 5 minutes to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes apiece. Coming up, we talk to Doomstress, Tobin Anthony, one of the heads of the festival. By the way, Tobin Dar, we had an excellent time. Thank you so much for inviting us and making us a part. We can't wait to be there again in the future. We've got the Dirty Seeds, our friends with Ganesha, the Grizzly Band, which I just found out about at the festival and really enjoyed, and the Well from Austin, Texas. So fucking here it is, Independent Music Festival, Doomstress up first. With Doomstress at Independent Music Festival in Old Town Spring. If this was live, it might be more interesting, but it's all recorded and edited, and the funny stuff doesn't always make it in. You guys are the first band of the day.
All right.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for putting on such a great fucking show.
We're gone. We'll be back.
It is.
Sorry, we can't be first.
Well, yeah, nobody else wanted. We tried to get the Dirty Seeds out here, and they kept making excuses for some reason, even though their episode of Texas Metal Show is still one of the highest ranked episodes of Texas Metal Show. It's a good fucking episode. It's a really good fucking interview. So, you guys are fresh.
It's only because Project Armageddon was the first episode.
Right.
So y'all were establishing, and then from there, everything is built off of what we've done. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're Texas Metal Show's family.
Pretty much,
So,
yeah. Project Armageddon and Lemmy's death cemented my idea for, hey, let's do this sort of podcast where we talk about
Is that
local
weed?
metal.
Oh, no, it's a cookie.
No,
Okay.
that can be found when Terry comes back if you're
Yay.
interested. So, you guys are fresh off a recent tour of, what, like the north, somewhere
Midwest.
Up north. Midwest?
Yeah.
That's north, sort of.
It is. Well, I mean, it's north of here for sure, yeah.
So, is there a difference in touring the Midwest than like touring the South here?
In the summer, it's a lot cooler up there than it is down here.
Yeah, right.
Hence why we toured the Midwest in the summer and not the
so,
South.
yeah.
And our Southeast tour is going to be in
That makes
November.
sense. Yeah, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. That's the nice thing about podcasting. She has the hard job of editing. She's taking down notes, because I like to fuck up all the time, especially when I get really hot.
Cut this, cut that, cut this.
Yeah.
Well, we did an episode.
That was water. He's choking on water. I swear it's water.
I'm sorry.
The hard stuff.
We did an episode with a local sludge metal band that was 99% unedited. God damn it. And it got real fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And it was so nuts.
Is that the Crusher?
Yeah, the Crusher episode.
Yeah.
It was so nuts that she was like, I don't want to edit this. Like, I'm having a really hard time editing this episode because the way that we did it. Those
all chopped up.
Well, those guys are crazy, and their whole goal was like, let's get really, really drunk and really, really stoned and do an interview and see how it turned out.
I mean, you get the best interviews.
You can hear them hitting the dabs in the background. So what does the future of Doomstress hold? What are you guys working on right now?
Right now, we're just gearing up for this upcoming tour, Southern Bounty Tour in November, hitting the Gulf Coast and Southeast U.S. And we're really happy to have Andy Chaos and Matt on board with us.
Yes, hello, folks.
So.
I'm sorry, I didn't introduce anyone. Take that, listeners.
No, man, look
So
at this guy.
Andy, who's doing drums for us, plays in Texas Massacre. So check them out. Great punk band.
Yeah,
punk
heavy
rock,
thrash,
yeah,
heavy punk,
thrash,
DRI,
yeah.
Motorhead. We're keeping it together. We're keeping it alive.
Kind of
How-
encompass all that.
How did you get involved with Doomstress?
Oh, just mutual friends. You
Yeah,
know, we
yeah,
see each other's band, and we just
So,
said,
hey man, I need a drummer.
Yeah,
Oh, fucking
pretty
A, I can
much
do
it.
it. That's a good way.
Yeah,
Pretty
So,
much
yeah, we
So,
talked
yeah.
probably about like 2 years ago, I
Yeah,
think,
absolutely,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And
it was,
he was drumming for Funeral Horse
Funeral
at the
Horse.
time, and that's how we
Yeah.
met him. And then kind of just established contact with musicians, and then just we dug his drumming style, and we just kind of chat with. I think we chatted with them that night about maybe like eventually maybe doing something. So if something came up. And,
Is there a dirty story of why you no longer play drums for Funeral Horse?
If there is, I don't know.
Oh shit! I was hoping we haven't had
it's Funeral Horse, so anything with them is dirty,
we
right?
haven't had a real good like crummy dirty story. When this airs, actually, we talked to a local like metalcore, deathcore band called Blood of an Outlaw, and they have a pretty funny story about Dead Horse, which is kind of risque. So I can't wait for people to hear that. At the moment, it hasn't released yet, so I'm trying to get some sort of like dirty action going on. But so far, everything has generally been good. People are like, "Oh no, mutual split. We just want to do other stuff. See you later." So shit. Are y'all currently writing any new material?
We are. We have some stuff. When we were up in Ohio this last time for the Wicked Summer Tour. We were doing some studio work up there. Recorded a new song that's going to be. I guess we can release. We're doing a split EP with Sparrow Milk from Ohio.
Yeah.
Which is my brother's other band. So that's going to be on DHU Records. So that'll be probably early next year when it comes out. And then we, had some new riffs, and we just kind of jammed on them a little bit, got some bass tracks down. So right now we're just going to take with what the material we have and go do this next tour, and then after that start compiling some new stuff, and then figure out where when we're going to record. Probably February. We'll probably looking at maybe doing some more recording up at Coltland Studios and our Supernatural Sound Studios in Coltland, Ohio, and then. But we want to do some stuff here too, so we've got some plans here. With
Are you trying to like move away from us?
No,
Ohio, I hear
no,
Ohio, Midwest.
Right.
Well,
Like,
my brother who initially did the drums for us, and did this past tour with us. That's lives up in Cleveland, and that's where I'm originally from.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like going up there and
So it's kind of like home.
Yeah. So it's been I've lived down here most of my life, but. So, and I was like, this is our first show, so, we knew Andy would be great, but it was like, hitting the stage with them, like, after touring with my brother was kind of like, wow, that's going to be, in my mind, it was kind of like, that's some big shoes to fill, so whoever's doing it's got to be able to pull it, and Andy's,
You're the man, Andy.
For two
Hey,
rehearsals with Andy, and not having rehearsed in 2 weeks now, man, this dude just pulled it off great. So
Y'all sounded
Matt,
great.
Oh, great.
And
Thank you.
Matt's phenomenal guitarist from Hellraiser and Serpent Son.
Oh man,
Really-
we just got a single at Deep End Records. I can't remember what it's called, but I was jamming it the other day.
Yeah.
Hellraiser, and it was fucking
Living
good.
Death?
And I have no idea. It's got a badass like skull.
It's like a yellow,
horn, dude.
red, black,
yes,
white.
yes.
Yeah, Living Death.
Yeah, I finally jammed it a couple of days ago. I got real stoned to clean the house. I was like, oh dude, this is fucking great.
Yeah, dude, that
Sorry.
track's fucking
It's all right.
mean.
Yeah, that's a
So,
good.
but we're stoked to have Matt on board. He's a phenomenal guitarist, and glad he's just kind of happy to sit in on the rhythms because he's,
Yeah.
we
It's
catch
just
him at
weird.
rehearsal when we've been rehearsing up at
So-
the house with just the guitars and him wanting to pull out the lead stuff and everything.
So you generally play lead,
Yeah,
and you've
yeah,
kind of taken a step
primarily.
back to do some rhythm on this
Yeah,
work, huh?
I'm just along for the ride this time. I have to kind of reel it in a little bit.
Yeah.
And this is his first tour ever, so we're gonna pop his
Yeah.
tour
Oh
cherry.
fuck, dude, that's
Yeah.
awesome!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's how Doomstress rolls.
Oh yeah.
Popping cherries.
You could have a worse
Yeah.
cherry popping. You're really, truly fucking good.
Yes.
So-
Fathers lock up your daughters.
So is this lineup of Doomstress right now something that's gonna continue on in the future? Or are you guys not sure?
As long as these guys, whenever we have something come up, if they can do it,
Schedule
then
permitting,
yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
Yeah, no problem.
So we're really happy working with them, and they seem to dig it, and we all get along. So it's like, guess we'll find out after this tour if like after 10 days on the road,
We
if
don't
we're
hate
like
each other.
10
wanna
days
fucking
in a
see each other again or
van.
whatever.
Very close. you get to know someone pretty intimately when you spend so
Fighting
much
for the beanbag chair.
It makes and breaks a lot of bands, It's just like after they get on the road a couple days and you're like stuck in there with people. So,
No.
but we're all a laid back bunch of people, so we all know what we're here to do, and so it's just kind of go along for the ride and just have
Yeah.
some fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a blast.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Totally
Yeah.
looking forward to
So-
it.
Forward to it, man.
That sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. It must be great to be able to go for 2 weeks or a week or 10 days or however, and
Yeah,
just go
exactly.
travel and go play music for a bunch of random
I'm
people.
excited, man.
It is, unless you
Every-
have to book it.
Well, yeah, I can hear that. could be
Which
a
I
little
didn't
pain
have
in
to
the
do
ass.
on
Trying
this
to keep it
time.
together.
I employed somebody to our good friend Steve Kolka from Destroyer of Light.
Yeah.
He does a booking, so I was like, hey, dude,
We have
do this tour for me.
outsourcing.
by the time this interview airs, I don't know what it'll be. Maybe it'll be a month. Maybe it'll be 2. Like, we're working on doing Texas Metal Show Presents Live, booking our own shows, and he has been the person I have been asking,
Cool.
talking to. I think Brandon and Maurice both were like, talk to Kolka. He'll take care of you. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Steve's the guy for sure. Great guy.
So,
guy.
do you guys have any specific concepts you're working on in this new material, or?
No, it's just kind of it's even with the stuff that we've done so far. It's been a lot of just kind of like we had riffs, didn't really have a solid arrangement, and it's been really cool kind of with the recording, just going up to the studio and then working with my brother and be like, all right, here's the riffs we got, and we just kind of put it together in the studio, you know, send some pre-tracks up, and it's kind of like, this is kind of what we're working with, and then pull it all together then and there, like start jamming it out. Okay, when we know something here is going to have to move or shift or change slightly with timing or whatnot. So it's been kind of very like the EP that we put out, the CD, that was all like in the studio. We had the basic tracks, jammed it a couple times, and then just like, all right, let's lay it down.
Is that still available?
Takes live. Yeah. We
still have a bunch of copies?
We have a few copies.
Was
left
that doomstress.bigcartel.com?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll
So-
have one of those pages soon.
Yeah, we have a couple songs up on the Bandcamp site as well, Doomstress Bandcamp, and then we've got the 7-inch single coming out from DHU Records out of the Netherlands.
Is that not out yet?
It comes. The pre-order was done, and then
Oh, that was yes. The pre-order just happened. Okay.
It's actually the release date is Halloween, and
Okay.
so we should be getting
So we're
our
right around the
copies
corner at this
in.
time.
We're getting some here to sell in the U.S. And so we should have those. He just shipped them to me yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So we should have them right before the tour. And
that's plastic, by the way.
That's why we're touring, and then so taking those out on the road with us, and then we've already got people like, hey, I want it. So I'm like trying to compile orders
we want
we'll have like
one,
2 or 3
definitely.
days to like process orders online and ship them out, and then it's like, sorry, we got to take the rest on tour, and then
Right.
hopefully we'll sell most of them on the tour.
The future is bright for Doomstress at the moment. Things are moving, things are getting done. You guys have a tour coming up. That sounds great.
Just
So
building steam.
what?
Just building steam.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's up with Project Armageddon? Anybody who's a Project Armageddon fan? What's happening?
Right now, Project Armageddon is just kind of on a hiatus status. So we're really busy with this, promoting a lot of this. We've got a lot of momentum going with Doomstress, and that's what we want to focus on. We're letting Ray kind of kick back, focus on his family. I know he wants to do some stuff, but it's just like we want to tour and get out on the road, and so right now we can't do that with Project Armageddon currently.
Right.
So,
so I'm not a musician and I don't play in a traveling band, so I only get stories from people, and I can only make my opinions based on what I hear. And far as I can tell, if you're not willing to pack up and go on tour, you're not that you're not gonna make any money, but people aren't really gonna hear about you, and
you're really not gonna make any money on tour either.
Right? Yeah. No. Right.
No.
Not at this stage, but
But touring is an important aspect to
is.
being in a band, and if you're not willing to do it, it's gonna be really detrimental. Is correct?
Yeah, it's national publicity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's an important thing to us, and like Project Armageddon toured last summer, and then we hit a couple spots that we had played last year on the tour, so that was really cool, showing up and seeing fans that came out last year, seeing our shirts out there, and then they were there to see us this year and with Doomstress, and so it's like it's hard to do, but it's like it's really, if you want to really progress with it, it's really kind of a necessity. So at least on the level that we're wanting to do it, not like we're trying to be stars or anything, but we're just wanting to.
Well, ultimately, everybody, at least to the smallest extent, as I could only imagine, has at least a small amount of them that is like, you know what? It would be really fucking cool if we became the next Black Sabbath. Of course, that doesn't happen anymore. Like the days of like Sabbath and Maiden and Metallica and Priest are over.
There will never be a band as big as fucking Metallica.
Right,
again.
right.
Metal is just not that kind of
Right.
genre anymore.
like, I always wondered, do you think we'll ever see another Judas Priest? And not like the style of
It's
music,
sad,
but the
but-
popularity and
Exactly.
like, you know, like I think those days are over, at least
Yeah.
for metal, maybe, at least in America.
It died in the
And I
80s,
think a lot
man.
of,
Died in the 80s.
I guess I don't really want to put that on, but some bands kind of have that visions of that kind of grandeur and stuff, and it's like, you know, I'm happy playing dirty, grimy bars and stuff as long as there's some people there. I get to travel around and play and have a good time. With it. It's like,
absolutely. The biggest thing is when you're on the road, every night's a Saturday night, baby.
yeah,
Right.
That's what
yeah.
it's about. You know?
So,
It's done.
I mean, and I've played
Well, you've
local weekend shows to like hardly anybody there to like a couple hundred people there.
And
So
you've done
it's
some
like,
cool stuff. You guys have played, well, was it Project Armageddon that played Maryland Doomfest?
Yes.
And then, of
Yes.
course, the Bayou Doomfest here. You know, so like you've done a lot of really cool stuff. That is, I can only imagine that's got to be really great, like playing at like a festival of the style of music that you love.
It is. It is.
And-
Even like opening here today at Independent Festival was like holy shit. We're like first band on the stage. I think second or third band playing, and there's like a bunch of people out
I was
here.
really surprised at the gathering of people when you all played. I was like, oh shit,
Yeah,
this is
so-
really nice.
Yeah, for
You know,
first
so
band.
it's like I don't know. I guess we've just got a lot going for us, and it really speaks by seeing how many people here at this festival came
Yeah.
up to see us play. So it was really.
So good thing. So
I had people come up before we were even on stage. They're like, "Hey, you're Doomstress, right?" And we're like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
know."
know
And
you.
they're like, "Cool, can't wait to see you guys. We're here, you know, wanted to get here early to catch y'all set and stuff." It's
awesome.
like-
That's fucking great.
yeah, it's
Well,
a great feeling.
We all have seen it at the local shows. The first band goes on and there's
Yeah.
2, 3, 5, maybe 6 people out. And they still play and they still put on a great fucking show, so it's kind of cool to see many people. I'm expecting right now it is 2:10 and this festival goes on till at least past midnight, if I'm looking
Yeah,
at
I
this
think
correctly.
Ghostland
11
Observatory goes
something
on at like
last band
11:30.
starts.
So I'm assuming in a few more hours we're going to see a lot more pickup of
somewhere
people.
near max capacity.
Yeah, I hope so anyway. I really
Yeah.
fucking do. We got a lot of cookies to get the fuck rid of. I'm not taking those home.
You're right.
I'm fat already. Brandon, how are you? He's not by a microphone, but Brandon is here. How are you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Thank
Are you looking forward to the tour and everything that's going on with Doomstress?
Oh yeah, of course. of
Fucking
course.
A. It's really good to see you guys. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? We got as much time as we want, really.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just looking forward to seeing the rest of the fest out
Yeah,
here.
it's
and,
gonna be
meeting
fucking
some,
great.
Seeing
meeting some
Wolfat,
folks.
meeting
Yeah.
Kent. Fucking
So, you
What's
guys
the-
got
Auto
any
drag.
shows coming up with Texas Massacre or Hellraiser? or
Keep in
Serpent?
mind, December, January, February. That would. What with what?
Nice. All right.
Anyway, sorry. So yeah, December, January, February, March. Think about those dates because this won't be out
Yeah.
probably till like maybe December. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have anything booked at the moment.
Okay.
So is Hellraiser still in existence?
Yeah,
You got-
yeah,
Okay,
we're,
cool.
we're writing a bunch of new shit. It's going more like a good blend of heavy metal
Yeah.
thrash. It's like,
Yeah, come talk to us. We'll get in touch. Come,
All
let's
right.
do a whole hour interview.
Yeah,
It'd be fucking great.
yeah.
You guys
Are
do
you in
Texas
contact with
Massacre.
Billy?
Texas Massacre.
Huh?
Are you in contact with Billy?
No, but I can easily be.
Word, yeah. Just find us on Facebook, hit us up. We'll definitely
Texas
get down on
Massacre.
that.
Same thing.
Yes.
We're on
And then, of
Facebook.
course, Doomstress and Project Armageddon. Hopefully, you guys will have your own episodes in the future.
Cool.
Well, you guys already have 2.
No, we're always about like involving everybody we can.
Right.
So
What that
it's
makes
like,
it the most fun, I think, personally.
Yeah. It's you know it's so much better with bringing up that's like the EP release show when we had y'all up there.
That was such
It was like-
that's a great experience.
It was a lot of fun, and I was hoping it would be like that, and we were lucky it was. So a lot
Where-
of people showed up. I was like really surprised. It was
Where's the best place to follow Doomstress and make sure you have all the current information? Facebook?
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, we recently got on Instagram
Yeah.
and I'm addicted.
So
Really?
we've got the doomstress.com, and I tend to link everything from that. But for review articles and stuff like that, you can find those up there and everything in the tour information. But Facebook, everything kind of links back through there, and then of course Instagram, we use that a bit. We're on Twitter, and I share from Instagram on there, but
Twitter's it confuses me.
it's not the greatest medium for
Yeah.
and for me to use. So Facebook is easy and readily accessible.
Yeah.
So but yeah, anybody that's along the Gulf Coast region that may be listening or whatever, we got the tour coming up November 4th through the November 9th, right? Or 11th, 10th, whatever
14th.
it is.
4th through the 14th.
13th, yeah, something like that. 13th. So yeah, we're going Louisiana. We have a couple dates: Lake Charles, Lafayette, Hattiesburg, Mississippi,
Florida,
Birmingham, Alabama,
Gainesville, Florida,
Jacksonville, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, and then
Georgia.
Atlanta area. So
we'll be there.
and then we're back home. So may have a local show shortly after we get back.
Oh, cool.
Waiting
Awesome.
to find out confirmation on that. But regardless of that, anybody in Houston should go check out the Electric Citizen Horisont show November 17th. So that's Horisont from Sweden coming over here and touring with Electric Citizen on Riding Easy Records out of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So they'll be fresh back from Europe. So, and then our good buddies Josephus from the 60s, 70s in Houston, they've got Pete's 70th birthday party that they're rocking out at Continental Club on the
guy you introduced me to when we were at Walters.
Yeah.
You said they were like, I don't remember what exactly you said, but something along the lines of like the Black Sabbath of Houston.
They were Houston's Black Sabbath.
Yeah. I need to check those guys out, definitely.
Yeah, and then Lisa Harrington Squires from Led Zeppelin, drums for them. Who Led Zeppelin's drummer or bass player? She's now the bass player for Ghost.
Oh, okay. Is that who did they think it was originally? They thought it was someone else before her, didn't they?
I don't know. I just remember like seeing the scoop on it because they were like, oh, this tattoo on her finger and this ring she's wearing.
That may or may not have been debunked. I don't know. Now I have to look it up. Quick, baby, pull up the Google.
So, but at any rate, so yeah, so there's some cool stuff coming up in Houston with that, and within the doom rock, stoner rock, and retro rock scene, you know. So,
what's the best way to find out about stuff like that?
I try to share everything I can through my Houston Doom Brigade page.
Right.
It's hard because I'm so busy and focused on like tour and promotions for Doomstress now. So it's really, really hard to get as much, and especially local. It's like I see articles, and most of my focus is like national right now. So tend to share a lot of national news and things like that up there. But I always encourage everybody, like, hey, it's here, use it. And when I see you post on it, I'll share it, reshare it to the wall. But
it would be so nice if you could just get people to take the second and a half to just click the one button on the screen. I mean, you're not asking. Come on, people, we're not asking for a lot. Just click that share button or the like button.
Because it's there
fucking
for
helps us all
anybody
out.
and everybody that's anything related and stuff. And so it's like, you know, I just connected with a band out of El Paso just recently. It was like, yeah, share your stuff up there. So, you know, and I share record label stuff from like some of these DIY record labels. You know, DHU Records,
How did you
Twinners,
get
STB,
hooked up with DHU?
Well, I knew a couple of the bands that were on there, and especially Disenchanter, and became friends with them, and just talking with them and looking at some different labels and just talking with them about it. And then it's just like, you know, start following up with them. And so check out Disenchanter if you haven't yet, from Portland. They're badass.
If you're in a band, let's say I'm in a local band and we play shows that we know people, and how would you recommend going about doing that? Like getting in contact with a smaller label?
It's just paying attention to what's going on. Look at other bands. It's like you can't be so self-focused. You have to be looking at a bigger picture. What else interests you? What other bands are you connecting with around the country or around the world? You know, it's like, and then just kind of follow that from there. It's like, well, what are they doing?
Right.
You know, and you just have to be vigilant with it and commit to it. It's like so many people just, well, yeah, we've got a page here and that's it. But then they're...
Oh, it doesn't work like that.
Page,
I'm learning.
Like, I'm always on people. I'm like, pointing over there. Like, you know, it's not him, but it's like, you know, I see these bands that are playing and I'm like, man, you don't even have your show posted up on your band page.
Right.
Yeah.
Social media was invented to advertise. That's why it exists, you know. So,
and if you're not, you know, and it's so easy to use, and there's, you know, it's just like you just gotta put the effort in, or hire somebody to do the effort. I'm motivated to do it, so it's like, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not very technically proficient with computer and internet stuff, but I've kind of learned a bit of the basics.
And luckily, all of the information is there. Like, I didn't know how to make a YouTube video, and I just followed the YouTube instructions. And I was like, oh shit, this is way easier than I thought.
Yeah, it's really a no-brainer these days. You know, back in the 80s when we used to have flyer and snail mail, there was none of that.
Yeah.
You know, and you tape trading, the whole line of albums and records. and you busted the streets doing that kind of stuff, or else you didn't get anything done.
It was a hustle,
it's your own
man.
distribution.
Right.
And, nowadays, you can follow the bands and get a distribution label, get it out there, and just get on the road and do it.
I don't know about the 80s. I did that in the 90s, but I didn't know about the 80s.
Oh, I'm dating myself. Oh, man.
Well, thank you guys so much for sitting down and talking
Hey,
with
thanks
us.
for
I
having
really
us,
appreciate
and thanks for
it.
doing what you guys do.
You're
and
welcome.
stuff, so.
If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't exist. You know, there's a, it's if you're not. Let me get on a soapbox for a second. If you're not going out and like going to local shows, whether it be metal or country or bluegrass or whatever, it doesn't have to be metal. Like you're fucking missing out on like one of the best parts of being alive. I think. Like some of the shows we go to, we go together, or not together, but we see each other at. Like this is always such a good fucking time. So if you haven't made it a point to go out and see a local music show in your city, fucking do it because it's like $5, $8.
Half these big bands that you see touring around and stuff, selling out or whatever, playing these stadiums and stuff, they started at the same place your local bands are, and half your local bands are probably freaking better than those bands. Why did I censor myself? I said freaking.
Yeah, say fucking. Say what we can cut, bitch, whore. Say whatever you
Edit
want.
that freaking out and put in
Yeah, put
fucking,
in
okay? So.
Crap, shit, fuck.
Hey, Dirty Seeds, man. When are the Dirty Seeds going to come and talk to us? I thought the Dirty
here it is,
Seeds
right
were
now.
friends of ours.
We will.
Oh, yeah. There you have it, everyone.
Someday.
That is the
interview right
RSVP.
there.
We will be
Eventually.
there.
We are not drunk enough to talk to you yet.
Well, oh, you weren't on the original interview. I don't think we drank it all that
First
day.
one, no, I was on the
Doomstress
Doomstress CD
episode.
release interview though.
See, it's like like Hollywood has the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Is
Yeah.
that what it is? And then we've got the 6 degrees of Doomstress around Houston. So
Yeah.
it's like it was when we went up to Ohio to record back in March. We went to a show and we got out of the car, and as soon as we got out of the car, somebody's like, "Fucking Doomstress, what the fuck are you doing here in Cleveland?" And it was
You're like, what?
And Brandon was just like, "Fuck, man." I
That's-
can't go anywhere. when we played when we went
That's
to see
awesome.
the show, the Sparrow Milk show in Cleveland last time when we were recording in March, and I got out of the car and somebody's like, "Fucking Doomstress is here. What the fuck are you doing in Ohio?"
Where's the car box
So-
stage
But anyways, we're gonna let you guys go. So
at? Yeah, Crip Trip is setting up a car box, so I want to go fucking check that out.
who's got some weed?
Talk to Terry here.
All right, cool. I'm gonna talk to
Thanks,
Terry.
guys. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
so much, Texas Metal
Thanks for having
Shows.
us.
Doom on.
In a bit.
When the mood is right, I can feel the things calling me. I can't deny you're burning deep down inside. So hard to fight, and my essence won't be contained. Gotta scratch that itch, 'cause it's eating me alive. Pressure pills, all this heat about to make me burst. Wanna burn, feel my body engulfed in flame. The calling grows, try not to lose control. Scorching winds scour my soul and be of night, lunar spell washes over me. Catch the scent and it steals the breath I need. Racing heart, feel the leather tight against my flesh. The hunt is on, the coming of the sacrifice.
Tobin from the Independent Music Festival. We are in the middle of the festival. It's about 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock,
How's everything going so far?
Besides this torn ACL, man, it's going pretty good.
Oh, yeah. How is the healing process?
Need surgery still, so
Yeah.
10 weeks, no surgery.
But you're walking around, though.
Yeah,
But you can walk.
Just had to wash blood off my feet. So, yeah, we've been
you
out
should
here for the last,
probably take
4
it easy.
days. 4 days, been out here since, I went to sleep at 5 o'clock this morning, got about an hour of sleep, and
You look a little. You do look a little tired.
hey, yeah, but that's why they made those good things in life, those things that keep you up at night.
Hell
you know?
yeah. So how's the festival in your opinion going so far?
Man, I think it's going well. I just see, I've been going to festivals here in Houston, since I was, about 15 years old, so about 15 years now. Like, it went through a time where there was you just saw people oh, it's a fest. Yeah, it was like they exploited people. Oh, you have these good bands, but they really didn't offer anything, man. It's these dull faces. Yeah, I want to see these bands, but it's overpriced. And all the, you know the whole spill.
Fucking Houston, Houston Open Air just passed, and it was so expensive. We didn't even want to go see Ghost, which is one of our favorite bands. So
yeah,
it's
we already talked about that.
Right.
I wanted to see Mothership. That was Mothership,
good.
Ghost. There's a few bands on there I actually wanted to see. Baroness. So, but I don't know, man. I think this thing's going pretty well, man. People are talking really well about it. They like the scenery. And
I think, man, I was talking to Brandon Johnson earlier, and I was thinking to myself, man, I hope this can continue. Like, this is great. The weather is beautiful. The people have all been really nice. The bands have been excellent. Doomstress played, and we talked about those Doomstress. They had a whole group of people watching them, and I was like, holy shit, it's like 12:15. It was awesome.
Here's how we have it set up. As you know, the stages alternate. I mean, so you have Doomstress here, and then you have like a surf rock band over there. So if you're not into the Doom stuff, hey, it was a Psychedelic Festival. You don't like Doom? Go see the surf band. You get a heavy blues musician over here, and then you get the psych rock guys over here. So
it was a really cool mix because we were sitting here waiting and talking to people, saying hello, because we've propped ourselves up at the front gate, near the front gate, and it's awesome to hear what they're jamming across the way at. Is that what stage is
that's
directly?
The Sweetwater Brewery
Sweetwater
stage.
Brewery
Yeah,
stage.
out of Georgia.
Yeah, and man, it's just like really fucking great. And then we have some like heavier riffs going on behind us. It's really kind of a cool. I don't know how much of that actually picks up. I know we're picking up a little bit of the background, but so far, man, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna pick up as we go on, on with the nights. So.
Oh, I give it 3 or 4 hours. This place is gonna be jam packed. Well, the heavy hitters, they haven't come out yet.
Heavy hitters, yeah. So I don't know. I'm real happy with the festival right now. We just made it for the community. We just, it's not about us. It's just
we've seen so many people we know already in the community. It's a lot of fun to see them out supporting the early bands.
Oh, and that's what they got to do because we're like the 4th largest city. If everybody starts saying, hey, I like surf rock, but guess what? Those guys are real cool. I become, hey, let me talk to them. I'll go support them. They go support me. And then you start crossing things over. Because like we live in a society where a lot of people are tired of segregation in society, but then our music is so segregated.
Well, and that's something we've talked about. When you go to a Doom show, you see a Doom show. When you go to a death metal show, it's all death metal bands. Like, let's see some mix.
My forte is thrash, death metal, grind and stuff, punk. That's my forte, and I have a Psychedelic Festival, the first one here in Houston. So I'm all over the place. And we got Black Tusk on tonight, and let me tell you, those guys are ready.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be good. It's been quite a few months since we've seen them. We saw them at Rudyard's. I don't remember with who, though.
So who are you excited to see? Who are you really ready to see tonight?
Crib Trip, who I think is actually currently jamming out over there right
that's
now.
Amplified Heat.
Amplified Heat? Okay, so we haven't missed
Crib. This was Foxmore Express over here that just played. So.
Wofat, they're one of my favorites. Vanilla Whale, I keep hearing a lot of good things about. I don't really know any of the metal heavier stuff, so I'm excited to hear their music, whoever they may be. A lot of these bands I'm not familiar with.
You got Mondo Drag.
Yes,
we jammed your vinyl for the first time over there.
Mondo Drag, I'm very excited to see them. I'm hoping maybe I can get them to sit down and talk to us for a while.
You know what? I'm actually going to get some of these bands to come over and talk to you.
Yeah, tell them to come.
Night, we were speaking with Radio. We went and hung out with Radio Moscow, Black Tusk, Ruby the Hatchet, and they're all friends. And what was really cool was like Crib Trip, Mondo Drag, and the Well. They're all on tour together. And when they went to Philadelphia,
that's a good fucking
Ruby
lineup.
the Hatchet came out and hung out with them. So like they're hanging out with them. And then when they got that tour down to Georgia, Black Tusk came out. It was like a reunion. So like all these bands know each other. It's like, it's kind of cool. And then our community comes together. We know each other. So I don't know. Cool vibes.
Yeah,
cool
it's
vibes.
Definitely good vibes going on at Independent Music Festival
today. Can I get one of them sugar cookies?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome.
You've been good to us. Take whatever you. They all taste the same.
Choose one. I just need something to eat.
Don't be tricked into the color. They all taste the same.
Cool. Well, hey, I'll come back and we can talk more as things get progressing.
Yeah, bring Dara over here because we've never met. I've never actually met him. So bring him over here.
You met him one time at Dirty Seeds Mothership.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
you're right. We did. Sorry, Dara. I'm an asshole. I forgot.
You met him there. But, hey, when things settle down a little bit.
Yes, of course.
I'm over here just wanting sugar cookies.
You want to.
All right. Well,
they're delicious. She made them homemade.
Hey, don't hesitate to get some people to just come talk to you.
We're trying. Yeah, we've been trying.
Cool.
A couple of older ladies thought I was real scary.
Well, hey, I really appreciate all the work y'all done for us, man. Y'all are seriously no
problem.
Cool. Since you heard about it, since Alexis introduced me.
Yeah, at Walters.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
I mean, we've been in your show 3 times now.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go down to your place and just hang out. If you ever want to talk to me, I'll just come hang out. We drink beers and do
It would be interesting to hear some of your political ideas.
We can talk that. She can record it 12 times,
yeah.
We've solved all that. Good deal.
On this new system.
I really like y'all's
it sounds so clean, too.
These filters are awesome.
Sounds so fucking clean.
I want to spit on them. I'm just kidding.
Fucking get them all dirty. Tobin, thanks for talking to us, man. Thanks for inviting us to Independent.
Hey, definitely. Hey, I wanted y'all out here. Y'all put y'all's, without y'all, without the bands, without the people that come to shows, without the stagehands, everything coming together, there is no festival. So
right.
It's just not us. It's everybody.
We're all part of it, even if we're not playing music, God damn it.
Oh, hey, absolutely. But I'll be back.
Terry, you set. Bye, Tobin. Thank you. Dirty Seeds at Independent Music Festival, and it's in full swing now. There's a lot of people walking around, a lot of really good music to be had. You guys had a great set. I have to admit, I missed half of it.
That's all
But
right.
someone has to watch the fucking booth, and I could hear it from over here.
Yeah, I mean, you're only about, 100 feet from the stage.
Right, you can probably hear the current band jamming, which is fucking awesome.
With the Dirty Seeds, you could be 100 yards away and still hear us.
Well, yeah, you guys you're too loud.
We are not
You're too loud. What did the guys say at? What did they say at the Union?
Oh, at Brash?
No, when we went to Union.
Oh, at Union,
Tavern many months ago.
So yeah, that was a long time ago. So apparently the bartenders asked the sound guy if he could turn down the bass and the guitars because they couldn't hear any drink orders. But we weren't mic'd and running through the PA. That was just our natural,
right, it was just natural
heads through cabs.
Dirty Seeds loudness.
Right.
So it's been a while since I've talked to you guys. I think the last time we talked to you on record was at the Doomstress show, and I don't really remember what we talked about. So what did you guys think of the festival so far?
It's great. It's really good. Dar and Tobin were working really hard, so I'm glad to see that there's a decent crowd out now. Everything's running really smooth, really organized.
Yeah, the band times have been pretty good.
Yeah,
so far.
everything's running on time. I've been pleasantly surprised for a first year fest. That I was expecting there would be some hiccups here and there, but everything's going really smooth right now.
And it's very non-pretentious and non-confrontational.
Yeah, it's really relaxed.
Yeah,
out
really
here.
relaxed. I don't think anybody could get here and be uncomfortable, really.
Right. So what's going on with the Dirty Seeds? What's the future of the Dirty Seeds? What's up? What's going on? What are you guys doing? No, you're working on some new material.
Yeah, we've just been in writing mode, trying to scale back the number of gigs a little bit to give us some more time to work on some new songs. But we got a couple shows coming up. We're really excited about November 19th over at Satellite Bar. It's the gathering of the Texas chapter of the First Church of Amplifier Worship. So there's 10 bands? There's a lot of bands. It's all like stoner rock, doom metal over at guys who love gear and love playing loud.
That's the same day as the Fall Metal Festival.
It is.
So it'll be interesting to see the turnout for that.
You booked incorrectly.
Well, I didn't know that was. I don't think I knew that was going on when I booked the Fall Metal Festival.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So maybe we should.
We got us, Switchblade Jesus, Omotai, Pyre Ship, Sleeping Ancients.
We might
Stone Machine Electric.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they're going to come
those
back.
Those guys are great.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be shitty of me to bail on another festival to go do another festival? Would that be? That would kind of be a shitty thing to do.
No comment.
This is what you get for booking on the same day. Oh
It's
my
not
God.
working.
It's not working.
Technology's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to shake your phone. All I hear is a cowbell. Is that coming out of the phone?
I don't know if you heard that. It's the Shane Bell.
Oh, is that this? I'm sorry, guys. Well,
Game of Thrones.
Technology.
To be fair, I didn't know. So, new material is being written, and I know we've talked about it personally before, but are you guys looking at, putting out some more music on an album, or what's the ultimate goal?
Yeah, another EP is coming out, but I mean, when we say EP, though, we mean EP as far as number of songs. It's a 4-song EP for us is just as long, if not longer, than most bands' full lengths.
Right.
When I say most bands, most like a rock and roll or a pop album or something, 45 minutes or something. We can do that easily with 4 songs.
Yeah.
So right now we're just kind of wondering, do we want to record 4? Do we want to record 5?
Well,
see the length that we want to go in and lay down.
And Phil Anselmo, what always talked about with Down in the last few releases, he was like, I would rather put out 4 or 6 really good, strong songs and keep to an EP than ever write a full-length album ever again. And I think to that extent, I mean, Down is obviously a bit higher up. You can't see my quotation marks, but I think that would work for anyone. We talked to the guys from Blood of an Outlaw. I always fuck that up, guys. I'm sorry. And they had that conversation because they just put out a full-length album, and I was like, man, why did you guys not just go with 5 or 6? So I think opinions are on either side of that fence, because sometimes I would rather only hear 4 really good songs as opposed to 10 songs with 3 or 4 peppered in that really stand out.
Well, for us, I mean, I wouldn't put out something where okay, we need 10 songs, so let's throw some filler. I only want to put out songs that we really believe in. Yeah. But also I feel kind of like the modern music climate that we're in. You know, everyone likes to stream and listen on the go. So a shorter, like 4 songs EP at a time, you know, little 4-song bursts here and there. I feel like that, you know, that kind of accommodates more how people are consuming music these days.
Yeah.
You know, you have nerds like us and you that go home and put on a record, like a real record.
You have to clean it off first and like
wipe
do the
it
stuff
off,
on the needle.
put on the turntable, sit back, look at the art. While you know, it's a whole experience, but most people don't consume music that way. So
well,
I think,
digital is definitely coming to head.
If you put out a 4-song EP, you know, we think all 4 songs are made killer. Maybe someone likes 1 or 2. It's easier for them to stream when they're on the go and just.
I don't know who just ramped up across the way there, but man, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they definitely ramped up.
I think the difficult part is going to be picking 4 songs, because every time we show up to practice, you know, somebody brings a riff or whatever, and we jam to it, and everything is really sounding tight right now, and it's going to be what 4 songs do we play? What 4 songs do we pick for this EP that we can support at all of our shows?
Do you think the addition of Scott on bass helped you guys want to do more music or start writing new music? Or was that just like something natural that was going to occur whether or not you stuck with the same bassist?
I think it would have occurred if we had the same guy or not, but with Scott's playing, it's kind of directing the sound a little differently now.
And Scott also will give an opinion. You know, he contributes to the songwriting process.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. Where before it was basically just Filthy Sanchez or I. We would come in, it's like, hey, I got this idea, let's do this. And it would be he and I bouncing ideas off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's really a third voice in saying, hey, let's try this, or let's do this, or hey, I got this riff, or we could do this.
So Chad,
it's a third voice.
Chad, you're not super involved in that process?
Yes,
or?
he is. Oh, I mean, really, if they have like riffs already and stuff like that, I haven't really started a song with a drum beat yet or anything like that. So you know, if there's a part I like or I want to
we haven't done our own walk this way yet. Where we just have Chad lay it down at the beginning.
Yeah.
I will say this from a bass player standpoint: playing with Chad has increased my skill, because this is the best drummer I have played with in all my years of playing music. He brings the rhythm, the beat, better than any drummer I've ever heard.
Yeah,
man, I need the solid rhythm. So like playing with Scott, it makes my playing better. So
you cannot
it's a mutual rhythm love section.
Rhythm section love fest over there.
That's right.
That's good.
Party.
We kiss when nobody's looking.
Yeah, it's great. It's great that like Scott wants to write parts to songs, because that'll help me make up new drum parts for things as well, and we start bouncing stuff off one another. I'm not really a songwriter myself. I don't really.
Yeah, but you can't undervalue Chad's contribution to the music, because when he hears a riff and then he plays the beat that he wants to that riff, it defines what the song is going to sound like in the end.
How much input do you give Chad when you got your riff and you're going and Chad's like, I think this sounds great. You guys are like, oh, that sounds good, but maybe you could do something different. Do you guys have input on how he plays?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
1%, maybe. 5%.
I say about 5%. Most of it's all Chad. You know, every once in a while I'll give him some tips or some notes. Like one of our new songs that we're writing, it's pretty different stylistically, I would say, for what we do. So I have like a part that I'm thinking more kind of like Mastodon-ish in the middle. And I was kind of thinking like, okay, like a Brand trailer, like Danny Carey from Tool, like just go like octopus fills everywhere on it. So because Chad was doing kind of like more of a fast thrash beat, I was like, dude, just like Danny Carey, Phil City. So now he's just like going everywhere, and then like it kind of turns the song more into how I envision it.
So right now, it seems like the lineup for the Dirty Seeds is real tight. You guys are working like a really well-oiled machine. That's good. I'm excited.
It's getting better.
Yeah, they haven't asked me to leave yet.
Not yet. Maybe one day.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years. I'm still here.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It was touch and go there for a while, though.
Had to get Chad to play slow.
Would you like to play fast?
Apparently.
Yeah, we've got a new one for him just for that, though.
Yeah, we got some fast stuff coming out.
Any interesting concepts coming up on the new music that you want to talk about, or just, I mean...
I think it's going to be way different from what you're expecting to hear from us. It's really, like Tomas says, it's really branching off from our typical, pentatonic scale. This is going to be pure pentatonic stuff, straight out of the pentatonic scale, old school Mississippi blues stuff. So it's at least half of the new stuff coming out is going to be way different from what you've heard from us before.
Yeah, that's very exciting to
Whether
hear.
it's good or bad, we'll let people decide, but it's going to be different.
Subjective. Everything's subjective.
Yeah. I mean, we're still going to be rooted in the blues. That's still what we like to play. But instead of just the whole thing being like, all right, Sabbath riff off, blues scale, like this is just heavy blues, we're trying to kind of branch out a little sonically and add some more texture.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at a little bit of blues, a little bit of doom. Heck, we threw a little bit of thrash in on this one too.
And I don't know if it'll be on the next album, but as soon as we finish the next one, we've already got 3, 4, 5 ideas, and we're playing a lot of funk now too.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys, sounds like y'all are evolving, and generally, well, some of my favorite bands, if you go back and listen to their discography, like Blind Guardian, particularly if you listen to all of their albums in a row, you can hear that evolution of sound. And to me, it's a mark of a good band. All of the bands I listen to that I consider to be really good have an evolution, like Mastodon. Like if you listen to Mastodon's discography,
Crack the Sky, man.
Oh, I was listening to Crack the Sky the other day, and I was like, I kept hearing Rush. Like I had listened to 2112 and Fly By Night a lot while I was in Dallas and Austin a couple of weeks ago.
You're speaking a bass player's language right now.
Yeah, and I was listening to Crack the Sky, and I was like, this is just Rush. Like, this just fucking sounds like Rush to me. It's fucking amazing. I love that album.
They definitely got like cleaner sounding, but even Remission, I mean,
right,
it's fantastic. You could hear that Rush influence on
they
that
really
one, too.
started to move away from like your bass or heavy metals and started getting really super progressive.
Yeah.
Without
Blood Mountain, really.
Yeah. Well, I think Leviathan, Crack the Sky was the album that was, for me, was like, oh, Mastodon's good. Yeah. I had listened to Leviathan a little bit, but my buddy Andrew, who's around here somewhere, he was like, listen to Crack the Sky. And it's very different. Similar, but it's not as heavy, way more mellow, way more progressive, although they've always had that progressive.
Yeah, I really dug Leviathan, but I felt like there was just a little bit of filler on that, but Crack the Sky was incredible.
That's a solid album through and through.
I wasn't a big fan of The Hunter, but then when they came out with Once More Around the Sun, I feel like they kind of returned to form.
Oh, yeah.
So.
We went and saw them live with Corrosion of Conformity and
Clutch.
Yes,
we were all there.
Yeah, we were at that show. We were at that show.
And I kind of thought they didn't sound that great, Mastodon.
Well, my thing with seeing them live, Clutch always brings it. COC was great. I just kind of felt like their performance was flat.
Yeah, it did,
like they're just kind of going through the motions.
That was about a year ago now.
Hey, we're just kind of playing our songs.
Right, we're here, we're playing music. Hey, what's going on, guys? Yeah, I could definitely hear that. Well, I really appreciate you guys sitting down and talking to me again.
Thanks,
it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. We kind of like you guys.
Yeah, patches are coming soon.
Excellent.
Next week, Monday.
Really?
Sometime.
Are you sure this time?
Well, CJ.
I've got a spot on my battle jacket just for you.
CJ told me yesterday that he sent them.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I trust CJ. He's a good dude.
And he does really good work and makes really good fucking music. We're going to see them next weekend when we go to San Antonio. I'm really looking forward to it.
Who are they jamming with over there?
I don't know. I was just going to go to their house and hopefully have dinner or something.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know.
You're not going to a show. No. When you're going to go see Ghost,
we're going to go see Ghost and just go see our friends.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do some interviews.
I was going to say you are the worst promo man. I'm like, who are they playing with? Oh, I don't know. We're just going to go eat dinner.
Yeah, I'm just going to. Yeah, I want her homemade fajitas. Like, I don't care about the music.
Yeah, the Texas Metal Show. Sometimes we don't care.
Yeah, that's our new slogan. Boom.
There we go. Get Kyler Sharp on a new logo for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to.
It's just going to be John fucking Winningham going.
Yeah, Black Sabbath? I don't know.
Speaking of logos and new art, I couldn't help but notice that you have a David Paul Seymour Blues Funeral t-shirt on.
I do. I got invited to the studio when they were doing the search, which I thought was real cool because I've got to know those guys and become friends with them, which is great because I'm 30 and making new friends isn't always super easy.
Right.
And just so happened that day Maurice got the shipment and he gave me and Laura both.
Cool.
This is an amazing shirt. You guys have one coming out soon.
That was the clever segue by Mr.
Clearly I just didn't get it. No, but this is the Texas Metal Show. Whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, we love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Great
we love you guys too.
us.
We try, but you got still the most popular episode of Texas Metal Show. Don't know why. No,
we
don't know either.
We don't know
why.
We only have like 6 friends between the 4 of us.
You make good music, and the interview itself was interesting and fun, and we got a lot of that was probably for my personal opinion, probably one of the best interviews we've done. At least in the top three.
What about this one, though?
This is a quickie interview. They don't count.
Oh, okay.
Quickies don't count.
Yeah, quickies don't count.
What?
Are you sure, John? Quickies don't count.
Should we ask Laura?
Laura,
Quickies don't count.
So the one thing that people need to understand is
you're breaking the fourth wall,
I know.
man.
there is such a lack of retention in this band. As a matter of fact, if you come up to us after a set and we're like, "We loved you guys," we're like, "Oh, thank you so much."
Yeah,
I mean, we're very easy to talk to after a set.
We tried to not fuck it up or get too drunk to play.
Yeah.
Like, who are those dudes that follow us around now? What are their names?
Scott's boyfriend.
God, I never remember,
Scott's
man.
boyfriend.
I just call him male model because he's just got he's got this killer beard with long hair, and I just am like, God, dude, that
Kurt
guy could
and
be like an
Jeremy.
Abercrombie Fitch dude.
Kurt and Jeremy.
Kurt and Jeremy,
we met them.
Fanboys?
Well, no, I think they're
Hell, I'm a
they're
fan
just-
of theirs.
They're just huge stoner rock fans, and so we had seen them around at a few shows, and so we were playing a show at 19th Hole. It was a pretty sparse turnout, but I recognized it. I was like, hey, those guys were there when we played with Mothership at Rudd's. Let's go talk to them. So we went up to them like, hey guys, what's going on? And like they're like, oh, you want to talk to us? We're like, fuck yeah, you guys, we love you. Thank you for coming to watch us play.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're
come to our show. We will buy you the beers.
Yeah, we will buy you a beer if you love it.
And Scott's like the guy with the beard and the long hair. He's hot. He's like a.
I did not say hot. I said he's just a model looking.
It's okay to be
He's a male
attracted
model.
to other men. Don't be upset.
Well, I just
Where's your wife?
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Oh, you know.
You're really the sexiest motherfucker I know.
I shaved last night.
Yeah.
Because patchy is all patchy.
And Laura is one of the sexiest women I know. I just want to climb into bed with Texas Metal Show one night.
The stuff I put on my face after I shave is a moisturizer.
Oh, okay.
God, I'm glad my wife does not listen to
I was
this
gonna
podcast.
say I'm gonna
She can.
I'm gonna Facebook friend your wife and post this on her wall.
You should. She's gonna be like, oh dear God.
Oh, so the other week when we saw you guys play with Brash, first of all, thanks for getting us into the show.
Oh, you got it.
Thanks for
You're
letting
welcome.
us drink free beer.
You're welcome.
And we had a lot of fun. And so I don't remember what happened, but I'd come up with the idea for the Gerbily Seeds, which will be a web comic about a bunch of gerbils who get stoned and play stoner rock, and they're all going to look somewhat like you guys.
Okay, I approve of this.
I think it's going to be fucking
And I'm
great.
holding you on this interview now too.
It'll happen.
We're having the sword conversation.
Oh, well, we can do a Brash Brewing episode where we discuss
Yeah, that's
the
what I said.
sword.
We're
That
just
would be
gonna
really
get
cool.
trashed on Brash
Yeah.
beer and then talk about the
Talk
sword.
about the sword.
We'll even bring the albums we like and the album everyone hates, and we can listen to a little bit of everything. And
The
talk about
album
it.
everybody hates but you.
At the same time.
Brash the sword.
the sword, good, bad, and ugly episode.
Yeah, first Brash Brewing episode ever. The dude, I can't remember his name, said he was totally down.
Ben?
Yeah, the guy who wrote.
Ben's
He's totally fucking down.
Ben's a great dude. Love him.
Yeah, that was a cool. I love all the pentagrams all over it. Like, if you guys know, I love satanic imagery.
What? Dude?
Yeah, so it was kind of neat, like the Hammer Smash face bottles with the Baphomet pentagrams on top.
Oh, yeah.
That place is fucking cool.
You're a bad person.
Yeah.
Have you seen the picture going around with Brock from St. Arnold wearing the Ale Satan shirt?
No, I have not.
So apparently that upset some people. They're doing a Brash night at St. Arnold November 11th, maybe. Don't hold me on that. But so Brock is a big supporter of Brash. All the local craft breweries all support each other. It's a great community. So they sent Brock one of their new Ale Satan shirts. So there's a picture of him wearing this shirt. I think Tobin won. Oh.
Tobin has showed
Hi,
up.
Tobin.
Yeah. So
Thank you,
So
Tobin.
there's a picture of Brock wearing this Ale Satan shirt, and so they posted that on the Brash Pub Night St. Arnold. So some people are on there getting all offended that there's satanic imagery associated with St. Arnold. They're like,
Whatever.
Oh, I like
Get
St. Arnold
over
beer
it.
because they're local and they have a saint on their beer, but I don't know about the Satan stuff.
Yeah,
So
well, fuck those people.
controversy.
No sense of humor.
Imagery is imagery. Oh, is Mondo Drag playing? Oh, Mondo Drag
all right,
is about to
fuck
play.
y'all, we're outta
we
here.
all need to get over to see Mondo Drag.
Mondo
Shut
Drag's
this
fucking
down.
great.
Shut this down.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
This is our second ending. You guys are awesome.
Hey, no, serious. We love you guys. You all put on a great podcast.
We're gonna keep it
Thank
up.
you
We're
for
gonna
supporting
keep it
local music and us.
No problem.
Alrighty.
Hey, look, on Facebook it says Laura Staley is live now. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Yeah.
We're on Facebook Live?
We're on Facebook
hi,
Live.
Facebook Live.
Oh, shit. I can't
Oh,
even
God.
hold my
Scott's
phone.
drunk. He's dropping his phone.
I told you I wasn't going
It's
to do
only
an interview
4:30.
until I was drunk.
It's only-
It's only 4:30.
Said no interview
God,
till
this
I'm
setup
drunk.
is so much nicer than the old. Like if we play this compared to the other episode, the sound quality is absolutely fucking amazing.
I'm just waiting for Scott's gonna get naked during Ghostland if he's already this drunk at 4:30.
If you get naked during Ghostland, we're gonna video. We're definitely go Facebook Live.
missed a tree, man. Like, it's like a quarter of a tree.
Have you hit record? So we are sitting here with Ganesha from, what you guys are from? Stinkadena, right? Pasadena?
Southeast Houston area.
Yeah.
Southeast.
I'm sorry, was that offensive, what I said?
Not at all. Well, originally...
We're just hiding the fact we're from Pasadena.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The cat is out of the bag at this point. So if you're not familiar with Ganesha, and we haven't had them on the show before, I think the first Ganesha show we ever caught was the fucking Thanksgiving, Doomsgiving show, I think.
Yeah.
And I've told you this story before, but not on record, and you guys sucked.
Yeah.
That was a rough show. My friends and I were like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, okay, well, you know, cool, it's not my thing. And then we saw you again like 2 or 3 days later at another show, and you guys were fucking like, I think it was like a week or two later, and you guys fucking rocked it.
Yeah, man.
Like, you guys I was like, holy shit. And I think Noe was like, oh, we practiced. He was like, we buckled down, we practiced a little bit before the show.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to practice.
And this has been like, I don't know, 2 years, a year and a half ago or so now?
Yeah, I think a year and a half, yeah.
And you guys have put out your first album, Downer, which is amazing. I love it.
Yep.
I listened to it 3 or 4 times in a row, picking out. I don't remember what episode of Texas Metal Radio we played you guys on, but I was like listening to the album and scrutinizing it, like what 2 fucking songs we're gonna play. I wish for the people listening, like if you've never heard Ganesha, I can't really describe the kind of music that they play. I mean, they're a rock band. They play rock music, but there are so many far-stretching influences on your music. You kind of like Blood Moon Rising is to me very, very doomy song. But then there's other shit like Coyotes that is so far away. Like it's just amazing. You guys span you're very diverse.
Right.
Diverse,
a lot of influences. I like to just write a good song or a song that I'm really comfortable with, no matter what it sounds like. It's just like all the influences I try to
I think also that it runs through our feeling at the time. Before, when we first got together, we had a real big punk influence, and we had that real fast, heavy hitting songs, that in your face. Then we started kind of branching out and be like, hey, we're feeling this at the time, slowing down, real heavy, just sludge.
Yeah, and attending like the Doom shows like kind of like turned us on to that. I was like, okay, like that's cool. So
there's something about Doom that gets me. Like when I started listening to Doom, it just spoke to me, and I love. And now it's probably, if someone were to ask me what's your favorite type of metal, and even there's some kind of doomy non-metal shit, I would say Doom. Like I really fucking love it. Love Black Sabbath.
Even sometimes
it all goes back down to like the '60s. 70s like blues kind of like
even nowadays it's kind of hard to describe our genre, because there's so many different far reaches, like you said, like you mentioned, and it could be at any given point. We could play a real slow song, real chill mode, something you can move and dance to, and then we could play something you can just fucking circle pit to.
Well, if you follow Ricky D on Facebook, and I do, and I met you guys and we started coming to your shows, and I really like your music, and you guys are cool dudes to talk to, and like one day fucking Ricky will be talking about Nirvana, and then the very next day he's jamming Jimi Hendrix discography.
Right.
Are Sammy, Noe, are you guys as well, Noe, fuck dude, we talked about listening to like old new metal Kitty, and you were telling me how the newer stuff you weren't like 100% into, because like it's very different, but it still sounds like Kitty, but it's very different. And Sammy, I see you not recently, but we have seen each other at many metal shows.
I'm into so much different old school 80s thrash, from Demolition Hammer, all the way to Ghost, and I just it has a place in my heart, but also love a lot of the more chill mode. I could listen to Bob Marley, the next fucking album that I'll put on, so it's just so many different genres. I like that fast heavy, it's always there, and you can hear it in my style of music.
He has that like really heaviness to it, like, so whenever we get live and our songs pick up, like the drums are just like
I'm excited to see you guys. It's been a while. I can't think of the last time. I know you guys kept inviting me to these excellent events, and we just kept not going. I'm sorry for that.
Same here. I mean, we've been trying to get this interview going for a minute.
Yeah, and this is just a fucking quickie interview. I can't wait to sit down and do like a real fucking thing, because then we can be in the comfort of my home or someone else's home, and we get the bong out, we can have a couple of beers.
Yeah.
There's some cops over the way, so probably
bong.
They don't want no part of this shit.
I mean, water pipe.
So Downer is out. It's a great album. I highly recommend it.
Catch it on Visionary Noise.
Yes, I think that dudede's here, right? The Visionary
Mike,
Tom wandering around. How was that received?
It was good, man.
Yeah?
It was good. Yeah, we sold a bit at shows and stuff, and people really like it. And now we got it on Spotify and iTunes and stuff.
That's the way to fucking go, right?
It's free now. No.
Is it?
No, it's $8 on iTunes. But you could jam it if you have like a Spotify.
Yeah, you got $8. It's $8 is not much to ask for a good album.
Yeah,
it really
definitely.
Isn't.
And now we got our new recordings coming out. You know, we're in the studio. We've been getting in the studio and the laboratory working.
Yeah, we recorded at Blackbeard. Dar, the person organizing this event, he has a studio, Blackbeard Recording Studios.
Yeah.
We went in there. It was like totally professional. You know.
Highly recommended if you're a band coming up in the scene. If you want to get some tracks laid down, get ready for your album. I highly recommend Blackbeard Studio. You know.
So
fuck all the others. No,
what's on the horizon for Ganesha? What's so you're working on new material? You're working on a new full. Are you gonna put out another full length?
I think we might release an EP, like maybe like four or five songs. And we'll probably we'll probably sit on it for a minute before releasing it.
Yeah.
Maybe shop around.
Are you playing any of the new stuff live at all to get a feel for it?
Yeah, we're gonna open up with one of the new ones.
Oh, great.
And we're gonna
Hopefully
finish
we're
with
not
the
on
new
an
one.
Yeah.
So open with a new one and finish with a new one.
And it's definitely a different flavor from our old material off of the Downer album. You know, we've kind of morphed into a new kind of, not new, I would say, what we're calling it our own. You know, just original stuff that, you know, Ganesha, we're first a real heavy act, and then we're starting to change with the times, you know. And,
well, what sparked the change? I mean, you guys definitely have heavy elements on Downer, and when you play live. So are you, like, before you started recording music, before you put out Downer, before the form of Ganesha that I was introduced to, because obviously I came on the upturn of the evolution.
Right.
Because you guys had already cultivated this very distinct sound. Were you guys making, like, metal music or just real heavy? Or?
Well, it's kind of a combination of everything that we were, and then the newer stuff is just more groove. And
I think the new stuff's more groovy.
Yeah,
for sure.
So what sparked your change into Downer from more of a heavy sound? Like, what do you think that?
Well, like you said,
it's album we were listening to for that week.
Or not even that. It's just a personal feel of
just things change.
I think it's
man,
ever changing,
so
really, man.
Growth is good.
You can't be stale in the music industry now. You always gotta be coming out with something new. And
if you came up in the '80s, you can, like Slayer, you can just keep making the same album over and over again. But y'all aren't fucking Slayer.
Exactly.
You know, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's just ever changing. So really, I don't even know what will sound like in a year from now.
Changes,
you know?
how you feel, it changes, and
Well,
you just start writing music to how you feel differently, and it
We just
grows.
had this talk with the Dirty Seeds, and we talked about evolution is important. Some of my favorite bands evolved.
Absolutely.
And every album you can hear a little bit of a different change, until they're morphed into whatever you do now.
Yeah, it shows growth as a musician.
We're kind of catering not only to ourselves but to the audience as well, from different parts of all cultures as well as all types of people. You know, so we can appeal to the metalheads, and we can also appeal to the people that fucking.
It's like this festival. There's metal bands, and then there's psychedelic rock bands, and then there was some like Mexican ska with you know, and then I'm like sitting here and just kind of like grooving on it. You know,
so you could drop us in any fucking show with different types of genre, and we can be able to appeal to all those crowds.
I remember whenever we finished out the show for Blues Funeral's release. That was interesting because it was like, holy crap, because they're really heavy. But I felt we held our own.
How was the turnout at the end? We had to jet. She had to go to work at like 4 hours.
It was good. We had fucking people moving, banging their heads.
And Doomstress was really impressed, and it meant a lot. She was like, man, she was like, I know it wasn't easy, like finishing out the show with those guys, but you guys held your own. You know,
that's a rough. That Blues Funeral is a rough middle.
Yeah.
A fucking hard middle to take.
I was like, these guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah, and we went up there and we just did it. Like we took the energy that they displayed and just put it into our set.
Yeah,
and boom,
it worked out. I'm sad we missed it. Someone keeps always having to be.
You'll definitely catch us today, and you'll get all those different energies today as well. You know. So we'll move around with it, and then you're gonna hear some slow songs, and then you're gonna hear some fucking heavy hitters.
What stage are you guys are playing?
Eighth Wonder.
Oh, you guys at 6:10 to 6:50. That should be right around the corner, right? It's just about that.
It's about
time.
5 or something like that.
Yeah,
definitely.
So what have you guys been up to outside of making music? How's life in general going?
Same shit, different toilet. Yeah.
Well, you were working at the liquor store. You still working at the liquor store?
No, not anymore.
They fired your ass, huh?
No, I quit. I fired him.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
I was like, you need me. I'm leaving at lunch.
Like,
I
yeah,
quit.
he
Bye.
was getting honey dick too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was having a fight with him about money. It was under the table.
You're fucking honey dicking me.
Don't tell the government. No.
Don't tell the government.
Sorry,
Government,
my
if you're
bottle of
listening,
liquor.
please don't listen anymore.
Don't listen.
No,
Bongs.
So what are you doing now? Is that why you're so clean shaven and everything looks good, or are you just going for a
No, I was just
different look?
ugly with long hair. So
I don't know. I always
I think you're still ugly, bro.
No.
Yeah,
I did. I just wanted something different. I just chopped it off.
Yeah.
Fucking
Change.
I'm
New
working
year,
in a
new
warehouse.
me.
I'm sweating my ass off. And long hair and sweat don't.
No,
don't
it
work
fucking
with
sucks.
me.
I work outside.
Oh,
and when I'm
yeah.
outside, I got this fucking long hair up, and I got a fucking bandana wrapped around my head.
Yeah.
Because it's super uncomfortable to
Oh
not
man,
have
tell
that.
me about it. I'm in the
it
fucking
is.
attics most part of the day,
Yeah.
you know. So
by the way, this
after-
guy's dreads down to his ass.
Yes.
Yeah, so these
Literally.
motherfuckers right here, it's like having a big ass wool sweater on top of my head. But you know, whatever gets the bills paid, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
You're
actually,
pretty-
we
I give
got a
him- I
house
give him
together
props,
this
man.
year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Yeah.
able to you use it to practice more often? Or?
Well,
practice.
Yeah, but
not
it's
as
in
much
the
as we
hood,
like to.
So we don't want to let everybody know we have that.
Yeah.
place.
Although we do have
Fucking
two pit
kick in
bulls,
the
so it doesn't
door.
really
Yeah,
matter.
well, we have
Yeah.
2 pit bulls and a shotgun. So
Yeah.
come in my
Where's,
fucking house.
where's
No,
Devin
no.
at?
Devin is she has an art show right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She does some pretty fucking killer
Pretty good art.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
she
she'll be
really
here
does.
like around like 11 or whatever. But she has an art show going.
So you said you were gonna do an EP.
Yeah.
Sit on it for a little while.
Sit on it for a
Do you
minute.
have
We might
time
like
frame?
shop around a bit, see if we can get something going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And we're still in the process of renovating the new song, or the new songs. I won't say renovating, but we're still creating parts for the new songs as well. So
Yeah.
we're tracking down as it comes along, you know. And then
Yeah.
once we feel comfortable with the whole recording process, and whenever it's finished and said and done, then we're gonna pick a date to release it. Maybe later on in summer of next year.
Okay.
You know,
I think
so-
I think
so
this
it's
next
coming.
record will have like a more like a maybe like garage psych kind of sound. I think.
Any specific themes or influences for this particular music that's coming up?
This year I listened to a bunch of new music. This band called DOCs. I don't know if you've ever heard them,
No,
but
sir.
they've like totally turned me on, and Ty Segall and all those guys. It's like I realized that there was like this huge like scene, this underground scene with like this garage and psych shit out from California. Like, so I was like, damn, and like listening to it, it's like it's music that I've wanted to make, but I didn't know anybody else was doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's always that
There's a
those
lot of
cultures,
elements.
you know, a lot of elements of the musics that are out there now. I think people don't really understand or haven't really yet found. And we're trying to bring that to the table of our community right now in the Houston scene, you know. And, everyone helping each other out with the scene. And a lot of people don't know that Houston is becoming a fucking mecca of the music
of live
now.
music.
You know, it was once what Austin used to be.
Right.
Now it's over here, and I think it's becoming greater.
Yeah.
Just people haven't realized it yet and opened their eyes to it. So we're trying to get that out there for the people to.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love
Sometimes
about it,
There's
like-
weekends where I'm like, I don't know what to do. There's like 5 or 6 different shows.
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
it's crazy,
You're like, what
yeah.
show do you go to?
What a problem to have,
right? Fucking A. You know what? Anybody who says live music is dead in Houston and is fucking not going to show.
They
You're not
obviously
going to
are not out
They're
there.
too busy on the keyboard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking shit.
Yeah, right.
Exactly, dude. They're like,
I mean-
Houston music scene, what scene? It's like, stay your ass home.
obviously
don't
you ain't
come
a
out
part
to
of
the
it.
show.
Stay the fuck home with that.
If you think the scene doesn't exist, it's because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Fucking a part of it.
If anybody knows anything, they know that that music over here in Houston is fucking booming, and we're definitely hitting it hard this year, man. Along with the recordings and we're just playing shows. We're trying to plan a tour. Going to the East Coast, and Midwest, stuff like that, and we're gonna start that probably around February. Start hitting different cities, man, and blasting them with that South Texas fucking music.
Fuck yeah. Doomstress, we talked to them earlier, and they just finished up a Midwest tour, and they said it was fucking great.
Oh,
They
man.
had
Yeah,
a
that's
really
cool. They
fucking
started a
time.
new group and released a record and toured all in one.
They're fucking great, man.
It's
That's kind of what we did last year whenever we had to change our name.
Yeah, and
we changed the name to Ganesha, released the record, and toured to California.
Okay, so what's the story behind that? We won't do that in the main interview. What's the story behind having to change from Downer to
There was a band on Roadrunner
copyright
Records.
issues,
Roadrunner Records had a Downer group, and they were like, the U.S.
Well, but like where in the, like I guess it does like it matters.
Well, yeah. Well, really, we just don't want to get our balls sued, you know. So
we don't want to deal with that.
Well, did they say something? Did you get a?
Well, not necessarily. It's just something that we kind of stumbled upon.
Avoid it.
If that's an
rather
issue.
than like
you might as well get the name changed now and get people familiarized with the new name, and then
maybe we're making headway, and then they're like, hey, this is our fucking name, and you got to pay for it, you know. So
that would suck.
Yeah,
because you guys
just are gaining momentum. And
we don't have no money to fucking hardly pay the bills, so we're trying to
tell them to
let alone a lawsuit.
Tell them to bite my ass.
We are right there as well.
Yeah.
Well, I won't ask any of the juicier questions till we get our good interview. I sit down, hour-long, 45-minute interview.
Cool.
But thanks for taking the time to come and talk to us.
Thank you, John.
We're big fans.
Hey guys, big shout out to the Texas Metal Show, fucking Dar hooking up the festival.
Independent Music Festival.
Yeah. The first of many, man.
Michael Jackson, you know, for the first
Visionary
album. Visionary Noise, Game Guys, fucking, you know, we got all types of different cliques helping us out, and like you said, everybody helping out each other is a great thing.
That's what keeps the train moving.
Keep the community
It
going.
makes for the best fucking community.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody works
It really
together,
does.
That's where it's at.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
You as well, John. You have a good one, man. Fucking Texas Metal Show rocks.
Ever since you left, girl, oh, my whole world's gonna change. Ever since you left, girl, oh, my world's gonna change. Hanging with these women, reclaiming possession of my brain. And yes, my mind's exploded, and I am chilling on the sun. And yes, my mind's exploded, and I'm chilling on the sun. Them sunspots been keeping me cool. I done melted into one. Coming back to earth, dear. Oh my, how things have changed. Coming back to earth, dear. Oh my, how things have changed. Children dying, soldiers crying. On the same side of town.
Evidently not.
You thought, sir.
All right, we are sitting here with the Grizzly Band. It is about 6 o'clock, a little after 6:30
ish,
at Independent Music Festival. It's starting to cool down. The mosquitoes are shittily enough starting to come out. So, like I said before we were on record, I don't really listen to y'all's music. I don't really know anything about your music, so like, what kind of music do you guys play? I caught a couple of y'all's songs earlier.
Generally, the phrase has been coined Southern whiskey punk. So
Southern whiskey punk. That's a good string of words.
Yeah, we have a very deep appreciation of the classic country, including the stuff like the anthem stuff, Boss, and Bruce Springsteen, not just a boss, not any boss, just Bruce Springsteen, and things like that.
I think they got it. There's only one.
Yeah,
boss.
I had to nail that down.
Like The Edge.
Yeah, and and then coming from the hardcore punk side, from my side, is it's natural to go into the punk rock stuff for me. So these guys really kind of add the flavor to what we're doing. So
it's definitely an interesting mix of music. I was standing over there. I've been kind of just wandering around all day, trying to get people to sit in my trap. So we have thank you, by the way, for coming over and talking.
No problem. Yeah, no worries.
You guys are like number 4. We're hoping to maybe 3 or 4 people will have this episode out in like the next week.
Very cool. Yeah.
So anyway, very interesting mix of music. What made you guys blend so many varying styles together?
It was mostly a mix of everybody coming together. We all brought what we had to the table and then made this out of it. We had a solid idea, and then it's kind of morphed throughout the years. The band started as very much Texas country, and then went quite a bit heavier as personnel changed, and then once we got to this lineup, it's kind of stuck in this country punk kind of vein. So that's where we're at now. We like it.
Well, I'm holding a copy of Lost and Found, which, thank you very much. I can't wait to give this a listen. And it looks like this came out in 2014?
2014 on Altercation Records, yes.
And is this the only album you guys currently have?
No. We have some prior to this. We have Victory, which was which not self-titled, but self-produced. And then we have our live and an EP that we put out, in the early days. That it's all available digitally at this point. We don't carry those around, but the 2 that we carry around are the Lost and Found and Victory CDs. So
eventually, I think digital. Well, I don't know. I collect vinyl and cassette. Yeah. I do vinyl, cassette, and digital. I don't really do CDs. This will go on the computer and go.
Yeah,
on the
no,
iPod
totally.
And, sit in the fucking drawer.
Yeah, it's basically all that is a solid coaster is all it is. Just put it on your table, and you don't get sweat rings from your beers. So
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do with it. So what's some of your favorite classic country music? You talked earlier about classic country.
Well, I'm looking over at our lap steel player, and really he's really what brought the super country side of what we do in, and him and I have an affinity for Waylon Jennings, obviously Johnny Cash, things like that. So we definitely incorporate a lot of that stuff into what we do, but still have the edge of the rock and the punk and the anthem style
music.
You
guys definitely don't just make country music.
No. Yeah, I mean we do, but it's only if we're paid to do it. You know what I mean? We do it. We do an acoustic set that's pretty much all country. So, and it's like Waylon Jennings style country. So it's that 1, 2.
The good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff. Not the terrible stuff that's going around now. Yeah.
Pop country. Pop country.
Yeah, pop country sucks. Like Whitey Morgan is what is good country at this point, if you want to call it even country at this point.
Fuck you, lady.
Honky tonk,
Yeah.
God,
So
just bringing up that name made you look uncomfortable.
Oh, I know. Well, it did actually. I'm a big metal guy.
Clearly.
This is a fucking metal podcast generally, but independent. There's so many wonderful different styles of music here. I wanted to try to bring everybody in. I don't want to just focus on
we always feel like we're the odd man out in just about every show that we play, because we are so different. We played with metal bands, we played with punk bands, we played with rap bands, we played with Tejano bands.
Really?
I mean, everything you can possibly imagine. We're always the odd man out because we just kind of bridge that gap between okay, I'm old school punk rocker, but at the same time I'm 35 and I kind of need to calm down and I just want to drink beers. That's basically what we do. Our target demographic is yeah, 35 to 42 old punk rockers is really, you know, like in the vein of Gaslight Anthem and, you know, of Lucero and things like that, which is essentially what, you know, I mean, I'd be a dummy to say that that's not a big influence, but yeah, you know, I mean, that's the vein that we're in, is that beer drinking anthem music, you know what I mean? Southern whiskey punk, you can't go wrong with that.
Sometimes all you need is a little bit of fucking beer drinking music.
Or just pour a little whiskey on your wounds and you're fine, you know what I mean? Like,
where can people follow you guys? Where can they find out the best information about y'all?
Facebook is a good place.
That's a given. I should just be like, look them up on Facebook. Have a great day.
Facebook.com / The Grizzly Band. Instagram is @ The Grizzly Band _official. Twitter is just The Grizzly Band as well. But yeah, I mean, you can just Google The Grizzly Band and you'll find us. We're out there somewhere. So,
well, since you guys gave me a copy of this right here, this album, what song do you want me to play off of it?
First song, Better Than This, is a solid track. Like, it's, I mean, we opened with it today. It's one that we all kind of feel pretty solid about. You know, it's good and rocking, but it also has, you know, some feels in it. So, which is something I like to do lyrically generally, is put a little bit of feels on it. You know, I mean, it's basically about a relationship that shouldn't be, but it is. And
we all know so many of those.
And so that's pretty much the dynamic in that song for sure.
Well, shit, we're going to play Better Than This up next with the Grizzly Band. Thank you guys very much for sitting down and talking to us, and thank you very much for the CD.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it, man.
No better than to live like this.
sound good? Can you hear me? Is it working? This new
Hello.
setup.
Checking.
I can hear you just fine.
Fucking amazing.
This mic is really good. This mic is killer. It sounds like you're right here with me.
I know.
Yeah, it sounds like you're right across from me.
We're
So
sitting
weird.
down with the Well, and y'all from Austin, correct?
Yes,
from
sir.
Austin, Texas. We've got
Correct.
Lisa, and you do what? Vocals and bass.
That's correct.
And we've got Ian.
I'm gonna do vocals and guitar.
And Jason.
I play the drums.
Thanks for sitting down with us. Thanks for putting on such a great show. We came out and we jammed a little bit, and thanks for making wonderful music.
Oh, well, thank you.
We recently
Thank you for
played
saying such things.
Yeah, well, you know, if people were like, "Hey, your music sucks, get out of here," no one would want to come.
That'd be a
talk.
good trick, though, to get somebody in an interview,
hey,
and
how
then be
do-
like, "Hey, I just want to
Why
say
did
you
you
fucking
suck so
suck and
bad?
get out of here."
Yeah, why is your music so shitty? Can you elaborate on why your last album was garbage?
Fucking hack, get out.
So y'all recently released Pagan Science. It was on the 14th of this month, correct?
Yeah.
Last Friday. Yep.
And the two songs that we have off of it are most excellent. I have not gotten a copy of the whole album. Is this y'all's first album, second, third?
Second album.
Second album. And when did your first album come out?
Like a year and a half ago.
September 23rd, 2014.
What is that called?
That's Samsara.
Samsara?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And why do you guys make such wonderful music? What was your inspiration to make the style of... I'm a genre guy, and I kind of tack labels on a little bit, but that's just for me. Some people like it, some people don't.
Well, that helps to sell things, too.
Right, you guys definitely have this, like, very doomy, very wonderfully doomy vibe going on with your music, and I love doom. Absolutely love it. So what makes y'all make the wonderful music you do?
Well, I've always liked loud things and slow things and crazy things. So I put all that together. And,
Loud, slow, and crazy. That's a good. It's a very good descriptor for the Well. Now that you say that.
Yeah.
Crushing.
Crushing. I like to crush things. Yeah. And I like to try to write good lyrics. I like other bands that have lyrics that are compelling, or I find compelling. You know. And I think that's what I struggle with most is subject matter and stuff like that. And I like dark subjects. I like scary fucking movies. And I like the occult. You know.
Would you have a favorite scary movie?
Oh man,
so many.
I like Salem's Lot a lot. Well, I know it's a real simple one, but I love that movie. I think it's a perfect horror film, kind of.
I think my all-time favorite horror movie ever is the John Carpenter remake of The Thing.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Probably
yeah, that's
one
definitely
of
up in the top
my
3.
favorite.
Yeah.
I've been thinking. I have a 6-year-old and a bug in my eye. I'm thinking, what is a good horror movie that's not really super scary?
Monster Squad.
See, that's what I was thinking, but that's a wonderful 80s movie, and they curse. And my ex-wife will be upset if we watch it, and they will say
you're
curse.
fucked,
I
then.
know. It's fucking lame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like she was
Do they curse in Return of the Living Dead?
Oh, I don't know.
They do in Return of the Living Dead, but Night of the Living Dead they don't. I don't think. And if they do, it's very mild.
Right.
It's like what 1960s.
That's probably a pretty good beginner movie because it is very scary, but it's not like overly gory
very
and like overly
claustrophobic,
disgusting.
Very hopeless.
One of the first horror movies I ever watched that I can recall watching, the first two was first Arachnophobia, which I was 7 or 8, and my parents had a Laserdisc player when we were kids, and they went and rented it on laser. Oh, I know, it was fucking gigantic, and it scared the shit out of me. I was scared of spiders I love spiders now. They're very fascinating, and I think that horrible arachnophobia that was caused by this excellent movie. I can watch it now. It's a great movie. And Aliens. My dad let me watch Aliens when I was like 9, and when like Ripley lifts the dude's head up on the wall and he's like, "Kill me!" And the fucking chest. I can remember having vicious, terrible nightmares of like things coming out of my chest as like 9 years old, like waking up crying.
You know,
Thanks, Dad.
It's strange because my mom was a young mother who was into rock and roll and horror films and stuff like that, and I had a VHS tape that had the original Howling and Fright Night and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I would watch it every day when I got home from school when I was a little boy. We're talking 6, 7 years old. But my mom told me that it wasn't real and that it was for fun, and I believed her. And it fucking stopped that right there.
If only
if
only that was solace for me.
No, it did. You know,
I still can't. Yeah,
we had to sneak out of our rooms and like
crawl behind the couch and to watch Predator and then have nightmares the rest of the night.
Oh, Predator is one of my all-time favorites. I like all of the Predator movies except for that AVPR movie. No bueno. Fucking bloody terrible.
Still to this day, I'm terrified of all horror movies.
She'll shake.
I will say that I'm not going to watch it. I'll like bring a book into the room with Ian and be like, no, I'm not going to watch. I don't like scary movies. And then I've got like my eyes peeking over the book the whole time.
Like the book is the
But, like,
safety net.
Even whenever they're supposed to be funny, I am not laughing. I'm terrified.
Why? Do you know why? Did something in your life? Do you remember the first time you ever saw a horror movie?
I think I just have a really active imagination, and I put myself in it so much that I can't separate the fact that this is complete fiction. Like Ian's on the other side of it.
Yeah, like physical things don't really frighten me. It's shit that's going on in my imagination.
In your
the relationship
head.
I have with myself is where all my fear comes from, but outside stuff I'm really not. Yeah, I'm not really scared of other stuff.
Let me shift it back. I would love. We could sit here and talk about horror movies for hours. Really,
I thought that's what this was about.
This is the Texas Horror Metal Show. Are you guys familiar with Destroyer of Light?
Yes.
They were our second interview. Love those guys. One of my favorite bands.
Steve,
and
my boy.
We talked with Jeff for like 25 minutes on their interview. We just talked about horror movies, and we're like, oh shit, maybe we should get back to your music. So I don't know when we can sit down and have a real interview, because one day I would love to come to Austin and like sit down and do like an hour-long real interview.
We can Skype it too. That's what we do in other countries. That's what we do.
Not fun. It's not as fun, and I've done a couple of Skype interviews, and they sound good, but like I feel so disconnected from the person on the other line. Like I feel like sitting here and talking and like being able to just see each other.
Make eye contact.
Yeah, it really helps, I think, with a good interview. So I'm going to ask you one of my regular interview questions that I don't normally ask on the quickie interviews. Like, what would you say y'all's biggest musical influences would be that directly reflect the style of music that you make, whether it be metal or non-metal or anything really?
I mean, Sabbath is definitely, of course, going to be right there.
Obligatory Sabbath, Hail Iomi.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Sabbath, but I listen to a lot of like old dub reggae and roots reggae.
Really?
And yes, I'm a big collector. Of
Jam a lot of country on the road.
A lot of
What kind of what do you got? My probably favorite country music artist of all time is Marty Robbins. Huge Marty Robbins. He wrote Big Iron and Sweetwater and oh God, he was I believe he was in the Air Force or Navy, and he was heavily influenced by the local Hawaiian music when he was stationed in Hawaii.
Awesome.
And so you kind of get this, you get this like, I didn't notice it until I was reading about him and they talked about it. You get this real like awesome local Hawaiian rock vibe. I don't really know how to explain it because I've never been to fucking Hawaii. But as far as like country music,
is it more cowboy stuff, like cowboy-oriented stuff that Marty Robbins does?
He does some cowboy, he does some...
He does a West Texas town, El Paso?
El Paso,
yes.
yeah.
Okay,
El Paso City. By the Rio.
And see, I also listen to the Grateful Dead. Oh, I know it's going to freak some of you guys out there, but yes,
if anyone listens to the show, hopefully.
Grateful Dead. And that's where I got turned on to El Paso, because Bob Weir, their guitar player, is obsessed with Marty Robbins, and now it's all making sense.
Oh, I did not
And they
know
do
that.
a fucking great version of
I'm gonna
El
have to check
Paso.
that out.
It's a staple. Yes, it's so good. Yeah, it's so killer.
What about you, Jason? What do you bring to the table when it comes to influences for The Well?
Influence-wise, I don't know. I mean, when I listen to music, what I look for is just a beat that's going to make me feel good.
Especially at open beats?
Yeah, just bust it wide open, Stuff that really gets me in the mood kind of is listening to Slayer.
What's your favorite Slayer album?
My favorite Slayer album?
It's a tough question. There's a few good ones.
I mean, my obvious favorite one is the South of Heaven.
Right. That's a very common...
like the first one I'd heard.
Very common answer.
Got on that right off the bat. But Seasons in the Abyss. It's fucking rad. We actually jammed a little bit of that on the way here because they played at the club last night, and I was like, I want to hear some fucking Slayer.
Yeah. When it comes to Slayer, I'm not as well versed as I normally would be willing to admit, but fucking Hell Awaits and Live on Death or Live on Death or Live Undead. They follow each other,
awesome.
and those are two of my favorite fucking records. Lisa, up next.
Beautiful.
What makes you do what you do? The influence.
I guess one of my main ones lately has been Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Yeah.
Their vocal harmonies just make me want to cry. They're so beautiful.
And Pagan Science, we actually cover Guinevere by Crosby, Stills, and Nash, so that's on there.
Them and Graham Parsons as of late.
Yeah.
That like emotion that you can put into the delivery of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Like the song takes life and makes you feel something that's beyond yourself
And see pictures, you know, like properly.
Right.
I don't know. That was shitty.
Well, it interests me when it comes to music and music as a whole, you know, whether it be metal or rock or country or pop or what have you, that there is, I thought Metallica was playing for just a second. I don't know if you guys...
Thankfully, they're not.
Yeah, what's happening? Where are we?
I mean, 80s was cool, but...
There's like sections of music where you don't have to think. There is pop music out there that requires no thought, has no depth, has no content. It's just the same bullshit.
Like
I think
literature and television and all this shit, too.
Right, and then you have a sect of music, a type of music, or a group of musicians that have like wonderfully deep, thought-provoking music. And I never quite understood the draw of the how do you say
the frivolous kind.
Yeah, it just doesn't make. I think
it's probably because you have an IQ over 80.
Yeah, it might be 81. I think Mike Patton in Tomahawk put it best, and he was that song of fucking "This Beat Will Win Me a Grammy." I don't know if you guys are listening to any Tomahawk or anything. That's off their first album. Fucking fantastic. I love Mike Patton.
I love Mike Patton.
Fucking Mike Patton nerd myself.
I mean, of course, you know, Faith No More, but Mr. Bungle when we were kids.
Maximus. Oh, dude, I remember the first time I heard Mr. Bungle self-titled.
Oh, man, we
listened
listened to it constantly when
Girls
we were
of
kids.
Porn.
Yeah.
Like, music like this exists? This is crazy.
It's not funny, my ass is on fire.
You know, I had read somewhere, and I don't know how 100% verifiable this is, that, like, originally, like, Mr. Bungle was meant to be, like, a weird death metal project, and you can definitely hear some death metal influence on that first record. Well, Mr. Bungle is so varied when it comes record to record. It's so fucking different.
Yeah, so it's his ADD or whatever you want to call it. You know, like he's going all over the place. It's a Frank Zappa vibe. You know,
fucking Frank Zappa.
Yeah, it's a
always
Frank
comes
Zappa
up on the
vibe.
podcast.
I like that guy. I could listen to him talk all day long.
Well, we were listening to Ragnarok by Gwar Ragnarok,
Oh, dude,
and that
all their
fucking
early
album.
shit.
They had to have done drugs and listened to a bunch of Zappa, and then
dude.
said, "Hey, we're gonna make an album, and we're gonna call it Ragnarok."
The Doggy Doo snow cone reference on the second one. Oh yeah, when the Sexecutioner says, "Give them to me, the Doggy Doo snow cone." That's a fucking Zappa reference. They're obsessed with Zappa.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I
as
didn't
well-versed
until
in
someone
Zappa as-
told me.
Right.
Yeah, and when I was a kid, because I mean, literally, that was one of the first bands I ever saw live. I saw them when I was 11 years old.
Really?
Yes, I got to see Scum tour. That's how fucking old I am.
Jeez.
But yeah, that was my
He's
first
dating
concert.
himself.
Yeah, exactly. I saw one of my first concerts was Gwar, and that's when they were Gwar. I mean, it was in a small. Oh, it was wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, I bet. That's a good fucking memory. I've never seen them live personally. Just never had much of a chance. So, Pagan Science is out. What does the future hold for the Well? Are y'all about to embark on a tour? Is anything going on?
We're on a tour right now.
Yeah,
We've been
we're,
out for 3 weeks.
Oh,
mean, like,
shit.
This
Our last stop till
this our
Austin
last stop till we
tomorrow.
go sleep in our own beds tomorrow night.
So you've been on a 3-week tour?
Tour, 3 week
Yeah.
How has it been? How have you been
It's been
received?
crazy. I don't really remember most of it.
No,
but
that means it's fucking
it's
fantastic.
been fun.
No,
I
it's
have
been
some
great.
money in my bank account every morning when I wake up. So.
Yeah, fucking A.
So I guess it's positive.
Well, I really appreciate you guys coming to sit with us. I would love to schedule we will be
Yeah, let's
willing
do
to come
that.
to Austin and
Absolutely.
sit down and smoke a bit of dope and drink a beer
Yeah.
and have a really good time. Thank you so much for being here.
No,
Thank you.
And thanks for
My
the great
pleasure.
set.
Thank you.
Life
That was The Well with Black Eyed Gods from their newly released album Pagan Science. Grab a copy on Bandcamp. That's it. Independent's over. If you missed it, you're a sucker. Hopefully they'll do it again. Thank you very much for listening. We have some awesome patches for sale on our web store at texasmetalshow.bigcartel.com. Our episode featuring Houston badass metalers Dawn of Disillusion is coming up next. Hopefully it'll be out by this weekend. I don't really know. And as always, if you like our shit, you want to talk to us, you want us to play your music, or you just want to tell us how much we suck, send us an email to texasmetalshow@gmail.com. It's the strength of defiance that defines a life. Can't give it clout anymore. Bless the bravest attempts to tear us down. Good luck and fuck your retort. A graven world, there's a grave in the sky. I don't trust your face because my coffin's still open. And always hail down, motherfuckers.